I remember the commercial when I was a child. Maybe you do as well. And that is, I'd like to buy the world a Coke, right? And from that point forward, it's kind of been in everybody's mind. And when you hear that phrase, you remember the song actually as it was sung back in 1971. Well, this year, 2023, they have gone to the next level. That being the Coca-Cola brand has now branched out into precious metals. And tonight we have the official launch of the Coca-Cola bars. These are being issued by Pamp Swiss. They are officially licensed 100% across the board. It's all about broadening the brand, right? We all understand what that means. We've seen other companies do it, from Disney to Star Wars to Marvel, DC, you name it, even Peanuts. It's out there, the branding of who we are. Well, as an organization, Coca-Cola has been around for quite some time. This dates back until 1886. And we'll get to the story in a second. But the important thing is their phrase, the phrase that's launched the last 50 years of Coca-Cola joy has been, I'd like to buy the world a Coke, which is the actual look and feel of this beautiful silver bar. And it's being released in 3 levels or sizes. It's the 1-ounce silver, it is the 5-ounce silver, and it is the 10-ounce silver. Now, the other part of this is the fact that the branding itself is all official Coca-Cola. There's nothing on here that kind of looks like Coke. It is exactly Coke, and it is officially licensed, as it says right there underneath the Coca-Cola bottle. Second part of this is, let's look at the price, everybody, shall we? We're looking at $37.95 for a 1-ounce silver. High-end, top quality, top brand, officially licensed piece. With Silver Eagles at $49.59, etc. And this is 20% down on the price that you would expect to pay, yet it's one of the world's most recognizable brands. But it means a 5-ounce is at $189.75, and that 10-ounce is now down to $379.50. It is outright special, special, special. I'd like to buy the world of Coke is that phrase back in, again, 1971 that started it all. And the way it ends today is what? What has been the #1 theme that you've seen, whether it's been Super Bowl ads or others over the years, and that has been the polar bears, right? These date back over a decade ago, and the tie-in to the polar bears and all the fun, mischievous type activities that the little ones to large ones get into. Let's buy the world of Coke. The only difference between the 3 is obviously the size and actually the reference to the weight. 1-ounce, 5-ounce, 10-ounce accordingly. Now, the story of Coca-Cola, though, goes back 140 years, right? And the reason why they call it Coke is the fact that the original recipe included 2 things to help migraines: caffeine and cocaine. And they pulled cocaine out in 1903. And it's been similar ever since. Obviously, they've done a few renditions and changes since then. But the overall national branding of Coca-Cola now has gone to a whole different level. Now, you might remember that a couple of years ago, they brought out the bottle caps. Remember? That was a pretty cool project. Pepsi did it. Coca-Cola did it. But this is the first of the bigs, bigs, to launch their 1-ounce silver bar. And they didn't partner up with anybody. They partnered up with the biggest dog on the block, which is Pamp Swiss, and put together this beautiful opportunity. So if you're going to be buying silver, let's save. With everybody else at $49.95, our major competitors, we are, well, 20% less, and then a few dollars. Tonight's special pricing is $37.95. It's just a great opportunity to get in on one of those special opportunities. The holidays are just down the pike as well, right? So, again, something I used to do when my children were younger, and we still do it in a different mannerism. Now with grandkids, it's a different scenario, right? Goes back to the beginning, which is, hey, I'm a coin guy. I'm not afraid of saying that. I love it. And I'm able to now have my conversations on these topics. In your stocking is, well, maybe a couple ingots of silver, whether one might have Santa Claus on it or one might have the silver eagle itself, which build this collection. What better of a phraseology and a thought than, again, the world's brand in Coca-Cola, which is Coca-Cola. And again, which just envision over the next few years where this is going to go. We start with the slogan that got us all hooked a half a century ago, I'd like to buy the world a Coke. Then we evolve over the last half century into now where it's a whole different game, a whole different look, a whole different feel. And I envision the bars over time to be generated, first generation, second generation, third generation, on what the new design is. So this year being 2023, the official launch, this is what we're looking at and this is what we're working with. Now the phones are getting very busy right now. Thank you all for joining us on it, avccoins.com. The bars are the bars. Silver is silver, and it's a great time to be buying silver. One of the misnomers always, and you've probably heard this a million times, is when silver is high or when silver is low, is that the opportunity? Now, as a collector, it's just finding the piece, making sure you secure it. And a dollar up, a dollar down, a dollar sideways has less of an impact on us on a global sense. But for this pure silver, it's always buy it when it's low. And we're seeing a time right now where silver's at a very attractive price point. I remember in the last 5 years looking at $50, $60, $70, and those were the competitive prices. They were higher everywhere else. So when you can bring out top-end, unquestioned quality, and now a thematic that's licensed to boot, it's the best of all worlds. Guys, we got to put a 1-minute clock up. We only got so many of them available from our official allocation. There's only so many to go around this first wave. Hopefully the second wave of product, just like the Silver Eagles from the U.S. Mint or other world governments, when they push out their second and third groupings, you get to get caught up with all your orders. But this one is special. This one is priced to sell, no questions asked. And tonight, $37.95, times 5, $189.75, times 10, $379.50. So now we have the top brand officially licensed selling for less than regular 1-ounce rounds on the marketplace. That's a little significant. Saving money is always significant. But when you can tie in silver, affordable silver, officially licensed silver, like we are tonight, that makes it even more special. My operators are very busy right now. Remember, avccoins.com. This is a wonderful launch. Thank you all for spending a few minutes with us on it. But it's time for me to be moving on. And that's exactly why we call this segment the Daily Deal.